I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go to hell.
So tell us about the business part of your life, because you have built from nothing, really, a really substantial business. I mean, we're at the small business conference here.
Imagine this, one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. The man behind a billion-dual empire is dragged out of his mansion by federal agents. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not just a rumor anymore. It's the reality for Tyler Perry in a shocking twist that nobody saw coming. The FBI raided Perry's man, and now he's facing the kind of allegations that could change everything we thought we knew about him. But why did this happen? And even more surprising, who turned him in Sean Diddy Combs of all people? Yes, you heard that right, the same man, who's currently tangled up in more legal trouble than we can keep track.
These are all allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months, as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner.
It all started with Diddy's sudden downfall. For those who haven't been following, Diddy's life has taken a nosedive lately after years of dominating the music and entertainment industry. He's found himself at the center of multiple accusations, lawsuits, and investigations. But now it seems Diddy wasn't content with just defending himself. He decided to take someone else down with him, and that someone is none other than Tyler Perry, a man who's built a reputation on being a beacon of success, especially within the Black community. How did it come to this? How did two of the most influential figures in Hollywood, both of whom have fired millions, end up on opposite sides of a criminal investigation?
The evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named.
Let's break it down according to multiple sources. The FBI had been building a case against Diddy for months, his infamous parties. The ones shrouded in secrecy and whispered about for years were apparently more than just wild celebrity get-togethers. These events were rumored to involve some pretty unsavory activities, things that people have only now started to speak out about. But here's the kicker. When Diddy found out the authorities were closing in on him, he didn't just sit back and wait for the fallout. Instead, he turned on an old friend, Tyler Perry, and handed him over as his alleged accomplice. The raid on Perry's mansion was nothing short of dramatic. Imagine a line of unmarked cars pulling up to his sprawling estate agents, swarming the grounds, and Perry himself being taken into custody, according to insiders. The authorities found more than they expected, leading to rumors that Perry's involvement in these secret Hollywood parties went much deeper than anyone had imagined. And just like that, the public's perception of him changed overnight. This was a man who always seemed untouchable, someone who built an empire by working tirelessly and uplifting others. But now then, the questions began pouring in. Was this all a facer? Was Tyler Perry hiding something much darker behind the scenes?
Has been under criminal investigation for months by federal prosecutors here in New York. And if there are criminal charges, many of them may look a lot like what some of these individuals have been describing.
To really understand how we got here, we need to look back at Perry's career, which for the longest time was the ultimate success story. Tyler Perry rose to fame with his plays and movies, particularly featuring his meta character in no-nonsense, gun-toting grandmother, who was as hilarious as was unpredictable. Over the years, Perry became known for his work ethic, churning out films, TV shows, and plays at a speed that most in the industry couldn't match. He famously claimed to write all of his own work, refusing to collaborate with writers' rooms or other creatives. It was something he was proud of, a symbol of how hard he worked. But now this very trait is being called into question. So was Perry simply a man who couldn't share control? Or was there something more sinister behind his desire to do it all himself?
Took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in hand.
In 2008, Perry's hit Sigum, House of Pain, became the center of controversy when it was revealed that he had fired 4 writers after they asked for union contracts. So the Writers Guild of America stepped in, accusing Perry of unfair labor practices and negotiating in bad faith. So one of the fired writers, Terry Brown Jackson, said in an interview, "I feel like I was slapped in the face, like we were used. And we were good enough to create over 100 episodes. But when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show, being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer." It was a shocking move, one that raised eyebrows in the industry. But instead of making changes, Perry doubled down. He decided to do something unprecedented. He stopped hiring writers. Altogether, he told ABC News, "I write everything myself now."
Notably, when he walked inside the courtroom, the first thing that he looked at was his family. As soon as he saw his family, he just lit up. Another thing to note, too, is he wasn't shackled, but he was wearing a khaki prison-like jumpsuit when he appeared inside court, and his family appeared on their end, very just happy to see him. Now, I will say,
while some applauded Perry's work ethic, others saw it as a red flag. Kelly Griffin, the head writer for House of Pain, fought back, saying, "While I'd like to see something positive come out of this for us, if this fight helps future Black writers get what they deserve, that's a good thing." So Perry wasn't interested in sharing the spotlight or the profits in this decision to go it alone. Many now speculate may have been a way for him to maintain control, not just over his projects, but over what went on behind the scenes. Basically, what that means is the money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st. Diddy's team is like, "Hold on, all we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted." And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff. Fast forward to today. And suddenly those whispers about Perry's controlling nature are being re-examined. Could it be that his desire to run everything himself was part of a larger, darker strategy? So it was all about maintaining a tight grip on what was happening behind the scenes, activities that the public was never supposed to find out about now. So what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that, as of this moment, as of this hour, as of today? Yes, but of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released. And this is where things get even. Mercury, Diddy, and Perry have been friends for years, often seen together at Hollywood events, rubbing shoulders with other Alistair. Their friendship always seemed genuine. But now it appears that there may have been more to it, as Diddy's legal troubles grew with over 100 lawsuits against him for various offenses. People began to wonder if Perry was involved in any way. Could Perry have attended Diddy's infamous parties? And if so, did he know what was really going on? Diddy's reputation has always been that of a larger-than-life figure. But in recent months, the world has learned that there was a much darker side to his empire. And now, as more details emerge, Perry is being dragged into the same web of suspicion that those situations lend to maybe some issues with tampering. And I do feel like there are victims who are scared to come forward, including my client. She was very nervous about if he was going to get bail this week. And once I told her, and then come after people, including her and some of the other individuals. And she was very relieved when he did not receive. So the turning point came when Diddy, faced with mountain legal pressure, allegedly made a deal with federal authorities. Instead of taking the full weight of the accusations on his own, he reportedly offered up Paris, his main accomplice. According to insiders, Diddy claimed that Perry was not just a guest at his notorious events, he was an active participant. The rumor mill exploded. Had Perry, the man who built his entire brand on Christian values and family-friendly entertainment, really been involved in the kind of underground activities Diddy was now being accused of? The answer to that question is still unfolding. But one thing is clear. Tyler Perry's life will never be the same again. And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations? Yet the fact is, the investigation deepens. More disturbing details are starting to emerge. Diddy's infamous parties, which were rumored to be wild, exclusive affairs, are now being described as something far more troubling. According to lawsuits and insider accounts, these gatherings weren't just about celebrities letting loose. They were meticulously orchestrated events designed to ensnare vulnerable individuals, all while keeping Hollywood's elite safe from the public eye. People who attended were allegedly manipulated with promises of fame or fortune, only to find themselves in compromising situations. And the worst part, many of these situations were reportedly filmed, creating a treasure trove of leverage for Diddy and possibly others involved.